What's going on, guys? It's Josh here. Today we're going to talk about cranberries. It is the holiday season. There will be cranberry sauce on your table at some point in the next 2 months, and I want you to have this instead of that. Why don't you choose to make this instead of that? This is much better than that. And this isn't very difficult to make. It's not really much of an episode. So what we're going to do is make cheese tarts with a cranberry sauce with a pretzel crust. Alright, cranberry sauce is wicked easy. 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar, and 3 cups of cranberries. Bring this to a boil and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Ten minutes later, and we have cranberry perfection. Very easy. Put the cranberries in a bowl and put them in the fridge to chill. They will need to cool off before we can put them on the tart. Alright, for our cheese tart filling, we need to melt 2 1/3 tablespoons of butter and 8 ounces of cream cheese. Whisk the butter and the cream cheese together once they've melted. Add in 1/4 cup of sugar. Make sure you mix each ingredient one by one as you add them to ensure that there's no lumps forming in your filling. 1 1/3 tablespoons of cornstarch. 1 room temperature egg. 5 ounces of plain yogurt. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. Now we need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Now that we've mixed all of our ingredients of our custard mixture, we need to thicken it up over some heat. Alright, we're going to create a double boiler to do that. Just a little bit of water in the pot, and then we're going to put our mixing bowl right in there. Now that we have our double boiler set up, we're going to keep mixing it to thicken up our mixture. You'll know it's right when the custard starts sticking to the whisk. You'll know it's closer to getting ready when the sides start to thicken up, and you'll feel the mixture feel a little heavier within the whisk. And when it starts to clump to the whisk, kind of like batter, it's not so runny anymore. So now we can go ahead and take it off and put it in the fridge to cool off. While the filling is cooling off, let's make our pretzel crust. About 12 ounces of salted pretzels. Make sure there's salt on them. Unsalted pretzels is just bread. Go ahead and process these till it's very fine. And then add 1/4 cup of melted butter and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Right after all that, it should look like a wet sand. I don't like the way that feels, so I'm gonna add another tablespoon of butter just to be safe. That's a little better. Normally with tarts, they're a little bit smaller. You cook them in muffin tins or specifically tart tins. But I'm not gonna do that today. I'm going to cook them in my cake tins. My 2-inch cake tins specifically. Put them on some parchment paper, and we need to bake the crust first for about 10 minutes. About 2 spoonfuls is what I'm doing here. And then press that down pretty good. I happen to have a little dish that fits in there pretty well. I'm gonna use that. All right, we're gonna bake these for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. All right, the crust is out of the oven. And I have our chilled custard. So let's go ahead and fill these up. I'm gonna hit the inside of these cake tins with some non-stick spray, just in case. You could go to the effort of putting the custard in a piping bag, but I'm just gonna use a spoon. Let's go ahead and shake these down so they fill out. Now let's go ahead and put this in the oven for 6 to 8 minutes at 425 degrees. Now I'm gonna put the cranberry sauce on top and put it in the oven for another 2-3 minutes. If you wanted to put the cranberry sauce on after and top it like a cheesecake, you could. You would just need to leave the tarts in a little bit longer to make sure they fully solidify. But I wanna bake the cranberry flavor right into the tart. Just 1 spoonful. See you in 3 minutes. All right, go ahead and allow those to fully cool off before we take the rings off. We don't want to destroy all that hard work. All right, these have had a chance to cool off, so let's go ahead and pop them out. This looks picture perfect. I'm sure it tastes just as good. Words do not describe. Alright, so this is delicious, of course. So I built it to be this way. I specifically chose the cranberries to give me that sweet tart flavor that does contrast, to pair with the creamy sugary custard, to then pair with the salty pretzel base. This is wonderful. I love it. I love cheesecake. A tart and a cheesecake are very similar. A cheesecake is just a big tart. A tart is just a small cheesecake. Recipes vary a little bit. This is the tart. The sweet and the tartness of the cranberries pair wonderfully, and then you get to that salty pretzel crust, which is nice and buttery. Absolutely amazing. I love the creaminess of this. The texture is fantastic. With your extra cranberry sauce, you can go ahead and make some turkey sandwiches with some cranberries all day long. This is what I'm doing with my cranberries this Thanksgiving. All right, thanks for cooking with me again today, guys. Once again, we have found another recipe that I absolutely love. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I pick stuff that I know I'm gonna like. It's a great way to reuse your cranberries this holiday season outside of the normal turkey and cranberry sandwich. And honestly, I look forward to this season every year. It's the only time that cranberries are fresh in the store, and I get to make all kinds of sour, tart things that aren't available at other times of the year. It's really only this, cranberries, and rhubarb that can achieve that sour flavor. Which is a flavor I love. If you like cheese tarts, oh, it's good. If you want to make something that's quick and easy, looks beautiful, go ahead and like and subscribe. So good. Do you think you could turn this into that? I don't think so. Man, that's good. Sweet mother, that's good.